It's a big Saturday over at Thistledown, and we will see the runner-up from the Kentucky Derby to Phil's in the Ohio Derby, which is going to go as your feature. It's going to go as race number 12 on Saturday, June the 24th. I'm looking at the daily racing form past performances. I'm about to dive into an all-stakes pick four at Thistledown. It's a big day. They have four stakes races, and they're all going to be in that pick four sequence. That late pick four has a 15% low takeout, so nice takeout. Let's dive on in and take a look at these daily racing form past performances. At the end, I'll show you how you can get these past performances for free. If you're someone who likes to use DRF and you play in the races, you wager. If you don't have a DRF Bets account, you need to go sign up for one right now because you can actually get these past performances when you wager through DRF Bets. Let's dive into this pick four sequence. Let's start with race number 9 on Saturday. Now, the horse to beat is Trojan Tail. He's in excellent form right now. What's intriguing about this race, though, the 5 and the 6 are both Mike Maker runners, and they both seem like they would want to be forwardly placed in here. Trojan Tail, he's a little more tactical than his running lines might look. He can sit off fine. I'd imagine that Hey Eugene wants to be pretty close to it, though he's going to be stretching out from sprint races, and he was really good breaking his maiden when just right on the pace at Oaklawn Park. So I'm curious what will happen between the two of them. The one that I think could offer us some nice value is Paint the Town, the number 3. He did not do a whole lot wrong in the first 5 starts of his career that were all sprinting on the dirt. Then he tried the turf on June the 2nd, and it was also his first start going long. He didn't run all that poorly. He got bumped a bit at the start. He was maybe 3 deep out of 4 going into the turn. He settled 2 lengths off. He stayed inside the top of the lane, just a little bit flat late. He was passed for third. But now he's going to get back to the dirt. He's proven at Thistledown over this course. It's going to be his second start going long. And keep in mind, him and Trojan Tail were separated by a neck on May the 5th, and you may get a lot better value here on Paint the Town as a horse to use in late pick 4 sequences there. So Paint the Town could give you some value there at 5-1 to kick off that late pick 4. The 5, Hey Eugene, to me, kind of the wild card. The 6 looks like the horse to beat in race number 9. Moving along to race number 10. This is the George Lewis Memorial, mile and a 16th for 3-year-olds and up Ohio breds. I thought the 10 to the outside was interesting. I'll be using combinations of 4, 8, and 10. Now, the 4, just kind of quick stop along the way, Shanghai Prince, probably the speed of the speed. I think if anyone can steal this race, it's this guy who's stretching out from sprint races where he was right on the lead, and now he'll be going a mile and a 16th. No idea how far he'll take him, but if anyone can get brave and just sneak away and outrun this field, it would be the 4, Shanghai Prince. The 8, to me, is the measuring stick for this field. That's Big Truck. He's the horse to beat. He's super honest, pretty versatile, he really shows up most times with a good effort. So I feel like he's the horse that they'll all have to worry about most. The one that might be really intriguing from a gambling standpoint is the 10, Danefield. So his last start, he got bumped a bit at the start, kind of bumped around on both sides, and then he was chasing Lone Speed in that race. So it was just his second start back. Now he's going to make the third start off the long layoff. He's had a lot of layoff lines, if you'll notice, back from July of 2021. And then he was off a few months. September of 2021 was off till May of 22. Came back, had one race, was off a couple months, one race in August, then off all the way to 2023. So now he's just sort of getting that fitness level built back up. I think he's interesting in here, getting back to the dirt, getting back to Thistledown, track where he's run well, he's had success, and I could imagine him being forwardly placed in this spot, maybe kind of sitting a nice trip from the outside. I'm going to give Danefield a big look along with the 4 and the 8. This is a tough race, a difficult race. Wasn't exactly sure what to do with the 9 here, Romantic Cowboy. 10s, 8s, and 4s for me in race number 10. As we move along to race number 11, it is the third of the 4-leg pick 4. And in this race, we're going to see Interstate Daydream that will likely take a bulk of money. She is a graded stakes winner, multiple graded stakes winner, your Black Eyed Susan winner from last year. I just don't know if she's progressed all that much at 4. Let's take a look at Interstate Daydream just to start here. And she is really honest, and there's no not real knocking her. She won last time out at Pimlico on May the 19th, but you're just looking at her speed figures. She hasn't progressed as she's gotten older. She was running faster races based on speed figures last year. So, yeah, I'm a little cold on her. I mean, she's not going to shock me if she wins. I thought the 6 was interesting in here. I'm trying to build a lot of exotics around 63 caliber. I liked her effort last time out in the Shawnee. She was chasing Idiomatic in that race. And if like let's just look at her form overall. Now, she's another one who has had a lot of recent gaps in racing. And I think that she's putting 3 starts together now. She's only making this will just be her 4th start as a 4-year-old. She is really looking like she's heading in the right direction. Can she take one step forward from that race? We can eliminate the La Troyenne. That was a tough field. She's behind Play Hard, Secret Oath, and Search Results. And that's her first start off of like a 4-month layoff. I think we can probably eliminate the race on the muddy track at Sam Houston. She just didn't really fire that day. Didn't seem like she really loved the track. And can we eliminate those 2 in the middle? Take out the La Troyenne, take out the race at Sam Houston. Now look at that form. All of a sudden we see like ascending speed figures from the Indiana Oaks to the next race at Indy to the Churchill Stakes to the Comely. Skip those next 2 and then the Shawnee. I like the trajectory of 63 caliber here. Moved up to second to challenge, just couldn't get to the gate to wire winner Idiomatic last time out. No shame in not able to get by a wire to wire winner. So, yeah, looking at this race, it's a big field, but I'm going to try to build a lot around the 6. The 4 is kind of interesting to me, just picking up some pieces late, consistent, but I couldn't really find others that I loved in here. So we'll key a lot around the 663 caliber as we move to the Ohio Derby. The Ohio Derby came up very strong this year with your runner-up from your Kentucky Derby, Two Phils. What a great race he ran in the Derby. Sitting a nice trip, moved early, was close to a really fast pace, and almost pulls it off. Really impressive race from Two Phils. He is legit. I think he proved that speed figure at Turfway was no fluke. He's had plenty of time since the Derby to recover. I think he makes a lot of sense. I don't really have any knocks on him. I do have another horse who I think is moving in the right direction. And yeah, he's definitely going to have to step up to beat a horse like Two Phils or even Bishop's Bay, who we have to mention Bishop's Bay because he wins his first 2 races. And then his 3rd race, he loses in a stretch battle to Arcangelo. And then we see Arcangelo come back and win the Belmont. So that made Bishop's Bay look even better. So you'll have the 2 horses that are going to take a lot of money right next to each other in the 3 Bishop's Bay and the 4 Two Phils. If you're looking to beat them, I would go to Hayes Strike, coming off of that win at Lone Star last time out. He got bumped and crossed over on at the start of the Bluegrass. He was last. He was like 15 lengths off in there. He was 5 lengths behind the rest of the field in a race where there just was not much passing. Tapit Trice made an early move. Verifying was sitting second. It was 5 lengths back to third from all of them. And Hayes Strike wasn't far. He was like kind of in that group. And he has 2 races at Keeneland that aren't great. If you can eliminate those, toss the synthetic race. Now all of a sudden his form starts looking better. Maybe he's one of these 3-year-olds who starts to peak in the middle to the second half of the year. Can he move up, on speed figures just a little bit if we're looking at his speed figures like 4 or 5 points? Because that puts him right in the mix with everybody in this race. Two Phils Obviously, if he were to improve, he beats everybody here, and Bishop's Bay. But if these horses kind of run the same sort of race and we get a little improvement from Hayes Strike, he's just intriguing to me as the value. Two fills is going to be very, very tough. I think he's a really nice 3-year-old, and I'm super excited to see where he will how his second half of his season will be. And what can we say wrong about Bishop's Bay? That race looks even better. Henry Q will probably just try to steal this race from the inside. The Grade 3 Ohio Derby, $500,000 up for grabs. Now, when you go to play the Ohio Derby this weekend, you want to make sure that you play over at DRF Bets. Now, they have a really great promotion right now at DRF Bets. If you go to DRF Bets, use the promo code WINNING, deposit $250, you will get, check this out. So use the promo code WINNING, you'll get a $10 free bet. Deposit $250, then they give you a $250 match. So you're going to have $510 in your account. They're going to give you 10 free formulator past performances. So those were the style of the past performances that we were just looking at to handicap that pick for. And then from now on, after that, every $50 you wager, you'll get a credit for past performances. So when you wager, you'll have credit. That way you won't have to spend money on past performances, and you can wager at DRF Bets. You get the past performances right there at drf.com. Everything you need over at drf.com. Good luck this weekend at Thistledown. Pick 4, all stakes pick 4, starting in the 9th race on Saturday, June the 24th. Make sure to get the DRF Bets to play.